Welcome back, wannabe filmmakers. My name is Wes Clark, and this is part 2 of how to make a deck that will get you your movie made. We are talking about the third type of deck today, which is one meant for an investor. Stay tuned because we are going to get you confident and ready to raise the money you need to go and start your filmmaking career. And yes, all by just making a simple pitch deck. Before we get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave any questions you have for me down below in the comments. Leaving off where we were in the development and packaging, we get to the very first thing you need to have next. We're gonna have the total budget, and then we're gonna have the price lines for each thing. If there's anything that is super important to get out there, you need to have it as its own line. So for us, talent, yes, it's $50,000, but we're gonna reserve $35,000 for a lead. We're really gonna have enough money to go after one of those, C-level actors that maybe they were on The Office, but they weren't the lead of The Office. We can go and get that person with $35,000, and that's something important. Another thing important to us, $25K. So we have marketing pulled out of post-production. It's not in post-production, it's its own line, so they know, hey, there's money for marketing. Then you're gonna go to tax incentive. If you are a filmmaker and you don't know anything about tax credit or incentive, then you're not a filmmaker, you're a dreamer. And dreamers are okay. People can dream and make films on the weekends with their buddies for $1,000, and it will go nowhere and get to no festivals, and you'll never make a career out of it. But guess what? I wanna be great. I wanna have a career in film, and so I learned all there is about tax credit. And the way you do that is you pick up a phone and you call the tax credit office and you say, hey, I'm thinking about making a movie. How do I do that with you guys? Can I do it? What would I need to meet the requirement? What is the percentages? Or you just Google it. I did both. This tells your investor that you are serious about filmmaking, that you are serious about their investment. It's not just give me your money and we're gonna burn it all down. No, we're gonna try to safeguard it. We're gonna try to mitigate risk as much as humanly possible. And if we were doing a much larger budget film, there's actually a whole lot more that would be going in this deck. But my assumption is that you are either at my level or below my level, which is fine. I was below my level 2 years ago. Give you guys 2 years, you're gonna be ahead of me. So, fuck me, I guess. But I'm assuming that you're at my level or below, meaning this is pretty much the point that you need to have. You don't need to have debt financing, gap financing, all that stuff. You maybe should know about it, and I do personally, but it's probably not necessarily for your kind of financial structure, and it's probably not necessarily in this deck. After that, we're gonna go to marketing. You need to explain how the fuck you are going to find audience members for this movie. Because again, the actual art of making movies is not simply making movies. There is a moment in time where that film is done and it is a product on the shelf ready to be sold. And so for us, we are telling our investor, hey, we're putting $25,000 aside to market this thing. And these are all things you'll note that are specific and are actionable. These are things we can do. There's no promises here. It's just, hey, the money will be there because that's what we're raising, and this is where that money's going. Distribution and sales. We're doing a little bit different here. So what I don't want to see in a deck, and you will not get money for your movie if you include it. Do not say, we're gonna go to Sundance, we're gonna get a sales agent, and then we're gonna get distribution. No, you're not. Instead, what you should be saying is, we need $6,000 to go to BitMax to put it on Amazon, Apple, and streaming on Tubi. We're then going to do DVDs through Kunaki and Blu-rays through Kunaki, and we're gonna do our own marketing, and then we're gonna do merch for free through Vistaprint or Printful, and then we're gonna do our own marketing on that. These are actionable steps that as an indie filmmaker, you can take to make sure that your film recoups money. And after we do these 4 steps that are actionable, that we can do, we are then going to launch from the US to foreign sales. And we have someone signed to do that, Daniel Mays, who's an executive producer, whose entire job is to do that. And he's already partnered with the project, meaning everything is actionable and specific. Production timeline. I could have maybe visually had this better from a timeline, but It's, again, clear and specific. Pre-production, 3 months. Production, 14 days. Post-production, 5 months. Festivals, marketing, prep, 5 months. Launch, probably 14 months after. You need to think about this as an investment, okay? They're not giving you money out of the kindness of their heart. They're giving you money to hopefully get an ROI. And they understand that maybe that ROI is risky, and maybe it's going to take 5-10 years to make that money back, but you still need to treat it as a proper investment. If you think you're going to need more time, be upfront about that. Don't hide. The worst producers are the ones that just play hide and seek with their investors. That is like the worst thing you can goddamn do. Even if it went poorly, even if you're giving them bad news 14 months down the line, the worst thing you can do is be like, oh, I didn't see your email. Oh, I didn't. No. Investor returns. Okay. Investor returns. This gets to waterfall. How does the waterfall work? And if this is the first time you're hearing about a waterfall, learn it, study it, go beyond this video, fucking Google that shit right now, pause this video, go now. Investor returns. You are going to be in the first billing at 120% of your investment plus a 25% ownership of lifetime sales. It means that you, the investor, if you give me $250,000, you are going to be the first person paid off alone. I'm not getting any money up front. No one else is getting money up front until you get 120% of your investment. And then once that point is reached, you then get 25% ownership of everything forever, no matter what happens to that film. I could have added in here also that the tax incentive from the state is going to go to them first as well. So they get that, $64,000 immediately once we do the taxes, which hits around 12 months period. But again, we're only going after one investor. We're not doing multiple investors, so it's pretty clear. Let's talk about the executive producer for a second, because this is important for your investor deck. Not your creative deck, but your investor deck. Who is Daniel Mays to me? He is a legitimizing factor. That's all he is. Is he getting paid up front? No. Is he going to get paid if the project happens? Yes, he will. He'll get his own little share. And he will ultimately have something to do on the project, okay? He will oversee general production and mentor through distribution. He has a business that really focuses on foreign sales and foreign distribution. So he'll really handle that. But what does he do for me? He opens doors. He says, hey, I've met Wes, I've read the script, I know who's involved, I think this is a good project. I'll put my name and my background behind it as justification of, all right, this might be worth your time as an investor. If you are new to filmmaking, going out and connecting with executive producers who are not gonna have to put in 15-hour work weeks to make this thing happen. Okay, they're probably not going to do really anything until maybe it gets made. They're probably not even going to bring you actual investors, but they're going to be on the slide as someone who just stands there and says, this is my friend Wes, you should listen to him. That is a really important thing to be able to get, and it's a really key skill in filmmaking to be able to meet those people and get them on your team. There are a couple other things that you can add depending on what you have already attached to the deck. So what are these things? A lot of it is personnel. If you are going to an investor, likely you already have some talent attached. It is really important to do the development deck, then the packaging deck, and then the investor deck in that order. Because by the time you get to an investor deck, ideally you have these following people. A writer, director, maybe 2 people, maybe 1. A cinematographer who has done good projects that have looked really cinematic. A producer who's kind of done the same thing. And then talent and executive producers. And for talent, we're really looking for that 1 main star or maybe 2 people, but someone who is going to drive audience engagement. And once you have that person, you should make it very clear that they are attached, you have an LOI, and that they are going to be in your production. And that is it. That's all I have. That's all the knowledge I can give you, okay? If you're making a deck, watch these 2 videos while you're doing it, take notes, and make it. I am Wes Clark. I hope these videos were helpful. Go out there, make a sick deck using Canva and ShotDeck, and go raise that money, dude. You fucking deserve it. Peace.